Hey, this is JaliliJimiyu, and the fight continues. Part 4, Fighting for My Daughter. I'm putting these out here for various reasons to educate everybody on how to deal with the other party when your child is involved in the situation, and to let my daughter know one day when she does see these videos that your daddy fought very hard for you. And it's crazy the stuff that I went through just for the little bit of time that I have with you on the weekends as of right now. You know, one weekend out of an entire weekend, one day out of an entire weekend, or whatever. I'm tired. I got up around 6 this morning, drove 4.5 hours to the Atlanta area, to McDonough, Georgia anyway. Went to the mediation and pretty much figured everything that was going to happen happened. You know, it's funny. It's funny. It is the funniest thing in the world. Okay. Child support situation, I'm really don't care about that. I'm gonna take care of my daughter. It does not matter. If I can afford it, I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna give my daughter everything she can get. Plus, when I'm with her, I'm gonna get her some extra. Joint custody. All that has been done, agreed upon. That's great. But the funniest thing is, this woman agreed on the joint custody thing. We're still gonna go to court for the child support thing. That's a court-related issue anyway. But visitation is her issue. For some odd reason, she wants to be present while I see my child every single time. It's still a situation with control with her, and probably with many other women that a lot of us men go through when we try to see our children, and these women come around like, oh, we don't want you to see your child for whatever reason, blah, 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 blah. It's stupid, you know. I was talking to my lawyer about different situations I've seen, and I have a cousin who, the father of her daughter, was locked up in jail for 8 years, but once a month, she would take the baby for the entire 8 years that, she's 8 going on 9 now. But that entire 8 years while he was in jail, she brought the baby up to the jail to let her see, her father. And it got me thinking, why did I get the jackass out of the situation? Why did I get this woman who's merely 4 hours away? If I can do it, I will be there at any point, at any time for my daughter. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. And when I get the opportunity, I'm here. Why would you go several years of not answering calls or not calling back and not replying to emails and so on and so forth, and then get to a mediation or get around a lawyer and say, oh, she doesn't know him, as in my daughter doesn't know me because he wasn't there. If I'm there contacting you and you don't say anything to my child, letting my child know that this is who's contacting you, this is who you should talk to, this is your daddy, wouldn't you be a little confused if some random person walked to you, I'm your daddy? And it's not even that type of situation. My daughter knows who I am. Her mother just doesn't want the situation to be out of her hands, I guess. Now, technical things. Let me explain a mediation to anybody. You may be getting ready to get into one. Hopefully won't have to go to one in the future, but if you do, this is the run out of a mediation. Your lawyer, her lawyer, you, and her will be right there. You know, you sit in the room for a minute, and a mediator will come into the room. This guy or this lady will walk into the room, introduce his or herself, and say that they're your mediator, explain to you that they're not lawyers. All they can do is just pass the information on to each other, and that's it. They just sit there and pretty much play the person that, it's like this right here. Tell mommy, la la la. And then there's a person in the middle, okay, la 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 la. And then the other person will tell this person, la 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 la. And then so on and so forth. That's all a mediation is. A middle person to just pass what should be a simple conversation between two adults to each other, and then get it in writing. But a lot of times you don't deal with somebody who's mentally an adult. They have the age and they look like an adult. They might even look older than you if they're younger than you. Case in point. But that needs to be done with certain people. Certain people you just can't talk to. They can't. It's nonsense. It's worthless, and it costs money. Depending on the county, the mediator's fee or whatever, it will be per hour. And 9 times out of 10, it won't be an hour. It'll be several hours. The good thing about it, the two of you have to split the difference, split it in half, and each person plays their own half, and that's it. But that is money that can be going into your child's pocket, whether it's clothing, food, college, whatever. It's a waste of money and time to go through all this. But sometimes you have to get somebody involved in your situation to help you out. If you go through the situation, get a good lawyer. I love my lawyer. She's taking care of the situation. She's telling me to do other things to make sure everything is good. Get all the information. Get everything together. Wrap it up in a nice little ball. So when we go to court, hand it over to the lawyer. This is not what a judge. This is this. This is that. You render the decision of whether or not this woman and this man should not be able to come to some sort of agreement. I can agree, but some people just don't want to agree under no circumstance whatsoever. I can go on into the entire mediation, my particular mediation, but it's not worth it to go into it. Just know it was pointless. Tried to compromise, but somebody wanted to get everything. Put it like this, I'm not a Christian, as you may know already, but like many non-Christians who grew up in Christian families or whatever, Christmas is still family time. If somebody says, I want every Christmas with my child, what does that tell you? Somebody's not willing to compromise on any circumstance. I want to fight, but that's what I got a lawyer for. Be easy.